G'day guys, welcome back to Enshrouded. Hope you guys are doing well. We're obviously in Wistful Fields, and in the previous episode, very productive one, we managed to find the loom and the beehive smoker. So as a result, there's actually a lot of stuff for us to think about. Sorry, as I just punched the air randomly there. But the beehive smoker is going to let us make our own beehives. And well, I guess they're not really beehives, they're more like apiaries, right? So I haven't really considered that, and yeah, we need a space for these beehives somewhere. Perhaps maybe I can make that sort of out this way. I don't really like the idea of removing the trees and removing, you know, fences and stuff. So, I don't know. I mean, I think we can grow trees again. So perhaps maybe it's not going to be too bad. Otherwise, excuse me. Otherwise, another idea is to perhaps maybe keep them out here. I know we are going to need to expand this home a little bit more to accommodate the... I forget her name, but the musician, is she a musician? Yeah. The arty-farty lady. But aside from that, I mean, we're definitely going to be pivoting to more building. So this is the episode for that. And we are going to hopefully move all of the folks into this home. But before we get started with that, I want to perhaps maybe work on getting the staircase in first. And once the staircase is in, we should be able to sort of start splitting up the area and bringing people across. So yeah, that's where we'll start, I reckon. So if I'm not mistaken, we sort of said that this is where we wanted the staircase to be. But I'm sort of thinking now maybe we want to push the staircase to be closer to the corner. That way it's sort of out of the way of everything, and we can divide the space a little bit better as a result. So I think that's what we'll do. Let's actually get started with that. I do have a few things on me, and I probably do want to just, like, you know, get rid of stuff that I don't really need. So let's start with that, and then let's pick up all of our building materials, and we'll get going. Got spare trophy here, I'll just chuck that in there, and yeah, a few other bits and pieces that I can stash away. Yeah, I think we have a home for most of this stuff. Oh, okay, the honey, unfortunately, we don't really have more space for. That's okay, I can carry a little bit of honey with me, and perhaps maybe later we can convert that into something. The Wild Heart Seekers... Yeah, okay, so this is not even legendary, so I might actually get rid of this, to be honest. I thought it looked cool initially, but yeah, perhaps maybe we don't really need to hang on to it. I'm comfortable carrying most of the other stuff, so let's just drop in that, and yeah, we're sort of keeping all of the uncooked meats and stuff like that in here as well, so that should be good. Now, building materials, let's go ahead and pick up what we need. So it's probably just going to be the usual suspects, just in case we need all of them. So, stone, I think it's roughly cut stone, and we do need the flintstone blocks. Yep, and I can't remember if we need the city wall blocks. We may need the half-timbered blocks as well. Yeah, but then there's like all sorts of other stuff that we might use to try and add a little bit of flair to the staircase itself. I don't want it to look too plain. The first thing we need to work on is just plugging up this section here. Well, I mean, I don't know. Do we need to keep it open right now? It really depends on where things end up, ultimately. So, I think it's going to be easier if I just plug the gap for the time being. Using... I think this is supposed to be city wall blocks. No. What is this? Weathered stone. I don't think I brought weathered stone with me, or did I? No, I do have it. I should have some weathered stone. I'm hoping I have some weathered stone, to be more precise. There we go. Yeah, definitely gonna be a slower episode, guys. Not gonna lie. Right, and yeah, I better move this, as that's going to be in the way. And I suppose I can work on putting the flooring in later. But yeah, I sort of want to figure out where the staircase needs to go, and how wide it's going to be. Obviously don't want it to be too small, but don't want it to be too big either. And material-wise, I think we might need to fetch some kind of wood, actually, which I don't have on me. Let me just quickly grab that. So much for planning to pick up all of the right blocks. I think we need refined wood, but I might actually carry some tarred wood as well, just in case. It might look good. Gonna just quickly do something a little different here, guys. I just also remembered in the previous episode, we sort of saw that there's going to be a need for more flax. So I'm thinking maybe we want to address that problem right now. So I'm just getting rid of all of our wheat, and I'm going to replace that with flax, so that we can start weaving and stuff using the loom. So I assume we have the flax seeds that we need. Yeah, we got heaps of it. So let's go ahead and do this. Brilliant, okay. I'm pretty happy with that. So hopefully we'll have heaps of flax, perhaps maybe towards the middle of the episode, and we can just drop a lot of that in the loom. Alright, so let's head back to building this staircase. Let me also just get a little bit of lighting. Unfortunately, even during the daytime, it's a little bit harder to see now that we've got everything sort of built up. But yeah, I'm thinking the refined wood is probably what we're looking for. And let's just roughly place things down initially. So that's a little too small, so I'm just sort of making things slightly wider. And I think this looks decent. So then we sort of want maybe something like that. Yeah, okay, that's much wider. once we get to that tier. So maybe what we do want is something like that. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky. I feel like I want to go up a little bit more, even like at this sort of section, this landing section, if that makes sense. So yeah, let's work on it. It's gonna be trial and error. I don't know if that's quite right still. Or is it? It could be. Let me just get a little bit more of the staircase pieces in. I might make a decision from there. Yeah, I suppose... hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4... 5... Yeah, alright. I think we still want to go a little higher from the bottom. So, let me work on that a bit more. Okay, I think that's roughly what we want. Now to just fix up the floor once more. We have definitely destroyed everything. Alright guys, it's not looking too bad, but I feel like I'm having some issues with it. I'm just looking at what we did here as well. I think I use... Okay, yeah. I did use refined wood blocks here, but I did use different materials for the corners here. We ended up using the fancy stone. Perhaps maybe we'll mix something else in there, like the flintstone blocks, because we've got flintstone blocks for the majority of the walls down at the ground floor. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. In terms of the pillar, though, I might sort of work on that a little bit more later on. I'm sort of just wanting to get the functionality in first and foremost, so yeah, we won't really worry too much about some of the finer details. Okay, but we do have an issue with this section here, so we do need to sort of fix that up a little bit. So yeah, just gonna go ahead and do that very quickly. Okay, so yeah, I was sort of thinking about whether or not I like the redesign like this, because yeah, we're still getting very, very close to the roof, and it seems weird that we're sort of almost hitting ourselves, or hitting against the roof when we sort of walk up this way. Perhaps maybe what I need to do is maybe ease up on the first set of stairs, make that a little lower. But if I do that, I feel like there's not a lot of space between this floor and this section here. So I don't really know what to do. I'm a little stuck. Sort of thinking, do I move the staircase completely? But then if I do a staircase up that way to the attic, I just feel like we're cutting into a lot of space on the second floor. Yeah, I might live with this, actually. Obviously there's a little bit of fixing up to do that needs to happen. Actually, I might leave that there, and we'll remove things piece by piece, like so. And maybe add a little bit more piece by piece as well. Yeah, not bad. Though, yeah, I feel like we've got a sort of weird situation going on here with the pillar. Is that even right? I mean, the pillar might go anyway, so probably shouldn't worry too much about it at this stage. Just making sure that we are using the right materials. Okay, so let me just fix up the rest of the flooring here, and hopefully we can call the staircase done. Well, the main sort of component of it anyway. We do still need to figure out what the surrounding walls are going to look like. And I sort of need to play around with different materials. Alright, it is late, so I'm gonna have a sleep, but I'm also going to just very quickly harvest all of this flax, because I want to get started on making new materials. So drop all of that into the loom, or hang on, let me have a look. No, we need some linen to begin with, so yeah, let's just drop in some flax. And yeah, we'll have to wait a little bit more for linen to be ready, and then we'll sort of continually move some linen into the loom. Do I want to grow some more flax? I mean, I could do that. We've got some of the flax seedlings. I think we had how many before? 100 or so? Perhaps maybe this is not going to be enough. But I do need to sort of make some more seedlings if we're going to continue to make those materials. What I might do is I might not pack them in as close as before. I'll just sort of space them out a little bit more. Yeah, that's horrendous. Not tidy at all. But it'll have to do. I'll throw that in there. And yeah, let's go back. See if we can deal with fixing up the remainder of this staircase. Which, not gonna lie, it has been a bit of a problem for us this episode, hasn't it? I feel like it hasn't been as simple as we would like. Yeah, so this is the space that we have to climb up and down into the attic. So, you know, it's a bit close, but I guess it'll have to do. We'll live with it. Yeah. Okay, so the next part of this is to just sort of figure out how we're going to add extra decoration. Actually, sorry, that's going a little bit too quick, isn't it? Because we do have the basement to also resolve. So we do need to try and figure that out. Yeah, I'm thinking we just sort of go down this way. Man, it is ridiculously dark down here. Let me just get rid of that, and yeah, we'll need a little bit more light. And a little bit more. Okay, so I'm thinking we probably want to work on the staircase that leads down towards the floor of the basement first. So roughly over here. I'll probably need to take this down actually, so let me do that. Yes, everything's not looking so good right now, but we'll eventually get there. Okay, so that's roughly the plan of where things should go. My bad. I should be using the refined wood. Alright guys, I think we're almost there. But after having done all of this, I've sort of noticed that perhaps maybe I should have put the floors all inside the walls instead of having the walls sort of sit on top of the floor. I'm not entirely sure if that's something that I need to sort of fix up. I'm sort of wanting to have a look at what we've done on this side. Yeah, I think we definitely have like different floors showing on the outside of the home as well. But I wonder if the cleaner look, so to speak, is to sort of have all of that switched up to the actual walls that are above it. So, just to give you an example. Yeah. That definitely looks much better. So I have a lot of fixing to do, which I may do off camera, because I feel like I want to extend the walls down to the ground a little bit more, and that'll make things look so much nicer. Particularly when it comes to this section here, because I was sort of trying to figure out what the issue was, and it appears that, you know, if I replace the connecting sections here with flintstone blocks, then we won't get the same aesthetic on the outside. And I realized that I needed to have the right floor in that section to get that aesthetic. So yeah, now that explains a lot. It just means that I need to actually fix up all of the walls of the entire building. So I will do that, but yeah, as I said, I reckon it'll be a job for off-camera Blue, and we'll try and get that done. But yeah, at least I'll fix this section here because we're already working on it. Yeah, and yeah, as you can see, things have started to disappear off this segment. So I want to repeat that sort of for the entire structure. As for the other home, that could be a thing that I also fix up, but perhaps maybe I'll sort of cross that bridge when I end up expanding the home. So probably won't be something that I do immediately. Just a little bit more cleaning up to do with the floor out here, and then we should be done. So bear with me. Okay. I think we might be there, guys, with the staircase. So I just want to test it once more to make sure we can indeed go between the floors without an issue. There is the matter of maybe just plugging up the attic floor, so just add a few more pieces. Can probably go a little smaller. Like that, or maybe even more. That way we've got a lot of space to work with in the attic. I don't really know what we're going to do in the attic just yet, but I mean, that doesn't seem like a bad idea. That's just sort of where the staircase starts. Yeah, and I guess that's roughly about the same length. Or maybe this side it might be a little bit longer. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So make that somewhat symmetrical. And yeah, I guess the next thing we should do is we should get people moved over. I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. We just really need to use the summoning wand and just get all the right folks in. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm just going to put everyone, you know, bunched up here on the first floor, and they can just hang out for a little bit while we sort of figure out, you know, where things are gonna go. And yeah, Oswald is as well. Forgot about him. There we go. I wonder if we can actually craft all the things that we normally can craft without all of the machines being nearby. I suppose it just all depends on what materials you have. The machines are just there to make the stuff. The crucible... Yeah, okay, we need to make a crucible before we're able to actually make the thing. Yeah. I don't think it matters where you have some of the crafting benches and tools and stuff, as long as you have them set up somewhere, even if it's in a different base, I think. Don't quote me on that, guys, but what I might do is spend some time between episodes moving across chests and all of our stuff, because yeah, we've got a lot of stuff in the previous base, obviously, and that all sort of needs to move to this base, and we're really just going to use the building that is supposed to be our home, so that one over there, just for temporary storage. And I think you know, once we have everything sort of moved over, things are going to be a little bit easier for us. We don't have to keep going back to the old base constantly. And yeah, I am going to pretty much have to sort of sort out where all the chests are going to go. I mean, there's a little bit of space here in the attic as well, which I could use. But yeah, I'm sort of looking forward to dividing the space that we've got in here. There is one thing that I wanted to also mention to you guys is I had an idea to perhaps maybe extend a section of the structure out a little bit more this way, just because I feel like the structure looks very, very plain. I mean, it is unique in a sense that it's sort of like got a couple of interesting sort of angles, but I think it could do with a little bit of extra depth, if that makes sense. So we might sort of work on stuff like that. And I was sort of thinking if we could get some depth going with more rooms sort of jutting out, not only do we have more space in the structure itself, but we'll also have something to work with outside here where we can essentially place what's his name? Well, the blacksmith underneath said structure, and that way he'll sort of be undercover, right? Because I think that's still a requirement. They have to be undercover to be able to sort of work on stuff. Anyway, this is the episode, guys. Probably a lot of speeding up in this one, potentially, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. Leave a like if you did, stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one.